And state varsity hockey coverage is brought to you by Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Weatherall, Wagner Auto, Ramcota, Pelican Power Sports, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Hockey Headquarters, Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce, Avera, Hermanson Endodontics, Sunmasters of Pierre, University of Jamestown, Xander Auto Parts, Ranky Gray, the Fieldhouse of Pierre, Kubota, and State Farm Becky Potsabup. As we welcome you in here to game number 2 of our day 1 of coverage of the girls varsity state hockey coverage, state hockey tournament here at the ODI Center at Aberdeen. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd. Jeff Anderson will have the call of the game here in game number 2 between the Mitchell Marlins and the Sioux Center Storm. Jeff, I'll let you take away right here now because this should be a good matchup. And, boy, the Mitchell Marlins, if you're not picking Sioux Falls to win it right now, Mitchell Marlins got to be your second pick to win the state tournament.
Well, I would think so. You won 16, lost 2. They've only 2 losses this year, west to Sioux Falls. So I would think so. But they did beat, of course, this Sioux Center team coming up here by 4-1 and 8-3. But we look at, of course, as far as Mitchell's concerned, and you have Sabres, Amick, and Jarman, of course, probably, if not the best line of the state, one of the best. And, of course, between the 3 gals, 92 goals and 88 assists, which isn't too shabby to say the least. You got Sadie Clute in the nets with 16 wins, 2.28 goals against average, and 871 save percentage. She is only a junior. And then, of course, you have Sioux Center, who has played, of course, Mitchell pretty tough. 4-1 the opener back in December, losing a couple weeks ago by an 8-3 score. They're led by their defenseman. And that's Kate Woloff with 10 goals, 6 assists for the senior, who, of course, as mentioned, plays defense. You have Candigator, McCord, and Vanderswag on the first line for Sioux Center. They have combined for some 20 goals, which is, in fact, 22 to be exact. And as far as the assists are concerned, 15, so that's not too shabby. They go with 3 lines, and they also go with 4 sets of defensemen. Mitchell, of course, goes with 3 lines, and also really 6 sets of defensemen as far as they're concerned, looking, of course, to get to the semifinals tomorrow. Everybody's kind of figuring it's going to be Mitchell and Sioux Falls playing for the championship, but that's why we play these state tournament games. We had a good one in the opener with Aberdeen beating Owyhee 2-1. That was a bit of a surprise, but the second time, actually third time, that Aberdeen has beaten Owyhee this year. The last 2 times we had that 2-1 score. Coming up later today, of course, we'll have Brookings and Watertown. That'll be the 4 and 5 seeds playing at 3. And then later this afternoon, about 5:30, we'll have Sioux Falls, the number 1 seed, taking on Rushmore's, the number 8 seed. You get to state tournament time, though, anything can happen. And as we mentioned, that's why they do play the games. One of the interesting things about this Mitchell team is they have outscored their opponents 50-15 in the opening period.
So you're saying the first period's the one to...
That's really critical,
you gotta
to say the least.
You got to make sure the first period's won.
Yeah, then they've outscored their opponents 42-16 in the second period, 36-10 in the third. They've outscored their opponents this year 128-41. 37.5% of the power play. That's right up there with some of the top teams. And then, of course, the penalty kill is 95.7. I hate to even bring up Sioux Center's 3.8% on the power play.
They already did.
That's something they've got to improve on. 76.3% as far as the penalty kills are concerned. So we'll have to see. But to slow down this number 1 line is going to be quite a challenge for the Sioux Center team.
Well, I think you hit it right on the head. That's probably the best line in the state, scoring 92 goals. I mean, you don't see that very often. And they're a lot of the reason why they get off to the starts they do in the beginning of the game. Those girls are ready to play.
Yeah, and we've talked about that, you and I, before too, about being ready to play. And sometimes you're not ready to play, and then you find yourselves a goal or 2 down before you know it.
Yeah, and it's a tough one. You talk about in sports all the time about being ready to play. Does the coach get you ready to play? Does the player get you ready to play? I think it's a combination.
Yes.
You have to kind of dig within yourself and get yourself ready to play. A coach can only do so much. The coach never goes on the ice.
Well, if you can't get ready to play for a state tournament, you don't deserve to be here, if I can put it that way.
Of course, all the girls are ready to play and excited for this. They've practiced hard the last few weeks for this one. and you always get ready to play. But there's a difference between being ready to play and excited to play than it is to actually get the work done of what you need to do.
Yeah. Actually, you look at this this Mitchell team, and of course we'll have Sioux Falls coming up later. They have a lot between the two of them as far as that South Dakota team that will be playing out in Pennsylvania coming up next month and even in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's that team South Dakota, U19, U16, U14, and those girls, they have a season. They have a full season before their high school season, and then they're going to pick it up starting next weekend. They're going to be practicing down in Sioux Falls, and then they go up to Jamestown for a tournament, more practice, and then on to Pennsylvania for the national tournament. So
isn't that going to be cool?
It's a lot of hockey that those girls play, and we're going to see, we've already seen some girls already, but we're going to see those girls all weekend that play a lot of hockey.
I think you had mentioned that there was one young lady or somebody from every team that plays for South Dakota as far as this tournament is concerned.
Team South Dakota has at least one player from every team in the state.
Which is
on
great.
the girls' side.
Yeah.
Which it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's already a lot of fun. That first game was a lot of fun. And hopefully the second game, and that's where Mitchell is so good, where if we're going to have games that aren't going to be close, Mitchell and Sioux Falls are probably going to be the two teams that are playing in those games to make it not so close. Because, boy, that top line, you mentioned how many goals they've scored, over 90 goals in between Brindley Sabres, Kelsey Amick, and Brooke Jarman. 90 goals between those three.
Well,
in 18 games.
Yeah, the other interesting fact is Jarman's only a junior. Sabres is an 8th grader.
Yeah.
Of course, Kelsey Amick's a senior.
At least 7 other teams are saying, or I guess the other 9 teams are saying, thank goodness that Kelsey Amick's leaving, but why do we have to put up with Jarman and Brindley Sabres? Jarman was tied for the league high in goals this year.
Yeah, and she really got hot partway through the year. She was kind of hovering around that 4th, 5th area of scoring, and then all of a sudden she must have had a 10-goal weekend, and she went to the top, and she stayed there. So, she scored 36 goals.
Well, Brooke, of course, 36 goals, 36 assists. That's impressive. Amick, 30 goals, 28 assists, and then, of course, you have Sabres with 26 goals, 24 assists. So you have some of the top people, obviously, in the state and on this team. I don't know what you do to slow them down. Maybe put spikes in their knees, but I don't think they'll allow you to do that.
You can't stop them. You just hope to contain them, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say?
That's exactly right.
And they're going to need every bit to try and contain that top line. Any team that goes against the Mitchell Marlins, I don't think there's any question. I think other teams might say, well, we got a good top line, but if you're just a outsider looking in or just a fan of what we've watched all season with the girls' hockey team, there's no line that's better than what Sabres, Amick, and Jarman will bring to the table this weekend.
I don't think so, and I don't think we've ever seen that in this state, personally.
And if you look at it the other way just a little bit from a Sioux Center standpoint, now when you get to your second line on the Mitchell Marlins, 7 goals, and then it drops down to 1 goal. So they are kind of lopsided. So if you slow that line down, you got a chance to get in the game and stay in the game, right?
He said it. You don't stop them. You just hope to contain them.
You contain them the best you can and make those other girls beat you.
There's your Wagner Auto keys the game right there. That's pretty much the only key that you need is you can't stop them. You just want to contain what they do. Mitchell Marlins in the Sioux Center Storm. Jeff Anderson's got the call coming up here in just a little bit. We got to take our commercial break here at the pregame show. We'll return and have puck drop for you after this. You're listening to you're not listening to the Hawaii Capitals anymore. You want to listen to the first game. You're listening to the state tournament here on a Capital City Rock, KSDR, and also watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Owyhee Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Changing the game, Aberdeen.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today. The Ram Coda in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ram Coda is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ram Coda has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ram Coda in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here and into the first period, as the Mitchell Marlins, the 2 seed, taking on the 7 seed Sioux Center Storm. John Wickler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd, as we are getting set for puck drop, and of course we'll have Jeff Anderson have that call of the game for you. Should be a good 1 2 versus 7 matchup, where sometimes you hear, well, the 2-7, that's the 3-6 matchup was just as good as probably what the 4-5 matchup will be, and those are the 2 closest teams in terms of seeds. But this should be a good one here. Yeah,
and you know, we were talking about how many kids, how many people that are here, kids that are participating, how good the senior class is in this state tournament. But then you start looking at the kids that are coming back, and you go, that's scary.
There's going to be there's a lot of girls that are going to play some college hockey.
Yeah, I think so.
After this year, but there's going to be a lot of girls that here in a couple years will be going to play some college hockey.
Mitchell will be defending the goal to our left, and of course, as we do, and of course it'll be Sioux Center defending the goal to our right. And Mitchell, of course, will have the navy blue on the shoulders and the breezers. They have white as far as the front and the back are concerned on their sweaters and the blue helmets. And, of course, their goaltender, Sadie Clute, has the white helmet. And, of course, you have Sioux Center, and they have really white on the shoulders. They have black numbers on blue uniforms, and they have the black as far as the breezers are concerned.
And we'll sit it down here for the introduction of the starting lineups.
All right.
Number 26, Amanda Starting lineup for Mitchell, number 2, Kristen Zimmer. Number 7, Kelsey Amy. Number 8, Kate Nash. Number 11, Rick Jarman. Number 12, Brandon Sabers. And in goal, number 53, Sadie Booth. Coaches for the Mitchell Marlins are Kristen Thomas and Tyler Anderson. And the coaches for Sioux Center are birthday boys, Steve Walhoff, David Stevens, Matthew Stevens, and Doreen Vandersloot.
Introduction of the players. We're about ready to play hockey, our second afternoon game, actually first afternoon game, if you will. We got done starting this morning at 11, or actually 10 o'clock, and it's hard to say that we got done in the morning with a hockey game, but we did. And now we, of course, get into the afternoon with 3 more games to go. This should be a lot of fun, and we hope you enjoy the action here, of course, right here on 1480 KSDR. GoWatertown.net, CapitalCityRock.com. Am I right on that?
Yeah, and on YouTube watching on Capital City Rock Sports as we have a little technical difficulties with our camera work right now.
All right. So we look forward to it, and as mentioned, Mitch will be shooting to the basket, or shall we say to the net to our right, and of course Sioux Center to our left. Nice to have you with us this afternoon. From the Odie in Aberdeen, it's the state varsity girls hockey tournament. They will drop the puck. They've done so, and we're underway. Mitchell gets the opening puck, and of course with it was Brooke Jarman. Jarman with the puck, lost it in the neutral zone, but it was Kelsey Amick who dumps it into the Sioux Center zone. Sioux Center will go back to get it right there, and then of course defensively will be Amanda King. Gets it out here, but Mitchell will hold the zone, dumping it out along the near boards. We're just underway, 30 seconds gone, as at the moment no shots on goal and no scoring in the game. And slapped ahead, of course, by Zimmer for Mitchell. Played it in the neutral zone as Sioux Center gets on the puck along the near rail out here. They get into the zone, and that's a picked up, of course, for a guy Cannegator. Cannegeiter. Cannegator, of course, if you get out around the Willow Lake area, it's spelled with a K. And, of course, Cannegator there, but Mitchell comes up with a puck. Long outlet stretch pass that time, broken up off a stick of a Sioux Center player. Comes back in the neutral zone as Toronto skips on the ice for the Mitchell Colonels. Or Colonels, actually it's the Mitchell Marlins. Dump it back into the Mitchell zone, and Toronto's will get to that puck. She, along with Reese Amick right now playing on defense. Stretch pass out here, left side, comes off to Clute. Clute, Hatwan, and Knuckles on this particular line. As they dump it into the Sioux Center zone. We've rattled off about a minute and a half so far. Scoreless hockey game. Mitchell and the number 2 seed taking on number 7 Sioux Center. Loose puck picked up here by King. Back for Sioux Center. They dump it off the far rail there. Kept in though nicely that time by Mitchell. Nicely done by Knuckles. Knuckles dumps it back in. Going after that loose puck is Cannegator for Sioux Center. Shot right on goal, and the save made that time by Allison Moore. 5 wins on the year, 4.09 goals against average, .869 for the save percentage. So an offensive zone face-off coming up here for the Mitchell Marlins to the right of Allison Moore. And it'll be Kelsey Amick out there with Jarman and Sabers. This very good line. Shot that time was Karams over the top of the key. Loose puck comes along the near boards over here with 15:10 to play. Rattled off nearly 2 minutes of this hockey game. Shot on that time, and they score! From deep in the slot, that was Brindley Sabers, comes up with her 27th goal of the year. And Mitchell at 15:05, and we talk about it so many times, the first 2 minutes of a hockey game. And Mitchell comes up to break the scoreless tie. Less than 2 minutes in, Sabres with her 27th goal of the year from deep in the slot. Face-off comes back in the neutral zone. That stays out there with Amick, Jarman, and Sabres. But this time Sioux Center actually wins the draw. They'll play it into the Mitchell zone here, and of course comes back to Lang, back behind the net. And it picked up here, of course, by Mitchell. They break it out right side here, and they bring it up to Jarman. Jarman on the right side takes a little bit of a check into the boards there, gets run into the boards. Loose puck picked up in the neutral zone, dumped back into the Mitchell zone, picked up here by the Marlins. Rink-wide pass gets away that time from Sabres. Sabres in over the blue line, dumps it off here, of course, to Amick. to Jarman. Comes down the right side with a puck right there. And 14:23 to play. In the corner, they battle for that loose puck. Picked up here by Sioux Center. Trying to clear it, can't do so. Shot on goal, that time by Jarman. And the save is made by Allison Moore.
Didn't think she had it at first. She started looking to her right and then realized, oh, wait a second, I got to cover it all the way up.
Yeah.
Well, we talked in our pregame show about how Mitchell starts out a game, and they started out just like they have all year long.
Yep, like they have. They've outscored their opponents 50-15 in the first period. That's remarkable, to say the least. Played around the board over there, and of course with it is Nash. Nash has 16 goals and 8 assists, and she's a defenseman. Comes over here, far side over there, picked up by Nash. Far boards, lost the handle, got it back. Sioux Center gets to the puck, clears it back in the zone there, picked up by Cannigator. Poke checked away that time nicely by Mitchell along the near boards. Cannigator goes after that loose puck there. Also, of course, for Mitchell. They play it back far side. That's Knuckles going after that loose puck back in the Mitchell zone at 13:37. 1-0 if you just joined us on the state tournament game from Aberdeen. Mitchell with the lead right now. Knuckles picked up here, of course, by the Marlins. They'll skate with the puck. Stick handles it right here. Out, and they'll put a long shot on goal. And that was Zimmer with a shot outside the blue line, and Allison Moore makes the stop. It was kind of a floater. You could see Alice Moore just having a little trouble adjusting to that. She doesn't play center field, obviously, in softball.
It looked like a pretty hard shot, but it was kind of more like a changeup, just floating in her direction.
So face off to the left of more offensive zone. Face off here, and of course that's for Mitchell putting a shot on. Moore again makes the stop at 13:15. Earlier today, 2-1 with Aberdeen beating Owyhee. That was a good game, the opening game of the tournament. Brookings and Watertown come up after this. Loose puck off the faceoff, picked up here by Sioux Center. They play it into the Mitchell zone. Going after that will be Reese Amick. Amick, of course, gets around her net, comes over here to Jarman. Jarman with a puck off the blue line. Nice feed left side, comes off here, shot on goal, and Allison Moore makes the save that time off the stick of Sabres, who already has a goal in this hockey game.
You know, we talked about them, how much that top line scores, but the amount of assists they have, we kind of joked about them only having like 80-some assists, but they pass the puck so well. That makes them so dangerous at
good
top line. Good
skaters, good passers, you're right. More than just shooters. And loose puck there picked up, of course, by McCord for Sioux Center. They play it ahead here. Down the left side comes Sioux Center with that puck. Left side, putting a shot out that time. A first save made in this game by Sadie Clute. Has a 2.28 goals against average. And I believe, if I'm correct, it was Ramirez that took that shot for Sioux Center. Sioux Center's numbers, black, a little bit tougher to pick up sometimes, and so we have some difficulty with that on occasion. And off the face-off there, Sioux Center puts some pressure on in the Mitchell zone, but she gets bellied up along the boards. A loose puck picked up here by the Marlins. Out here intended for Knuckles. Loose puck comes rink wide. Getting on it, of course, are the Marlins. That's Clute. Clute clears it out to center ice and then dumps it down into the Sioux Center zone with 12:09 to go. Period number one. Nice to have you with us on the State Varsity Girls Hockey Tournament. All 11 games from here, and next weekend we'll bring you all 11 of the boys' tournaments from the Shields Iceplex in Sioux Falls. Picked up here, of course, by Mitchell, putting a shot on, kicked out that time. That was off the stick of Clute. And again, already making a save, Allison Moore. She has several in this game.
Oh, boy.
And that puck almost went in. She found a stick.
She did. Loose puck over there far side. Sioux Center trying to clear it out of their own zone, but Mitchell holds it at the point as they do a nice job. Now jumps over a stick, goes back in the neutral zone, but Mitchell plays it back with a backhander into the Sioux Center zone. Sioux Center trying to take a page, of course, from Milwaukee and play this team very tough. That's tough when you're 16-2 and you're only won 5 games. Backhander that time, though, broken up. Sioux Center will fire it down the ice. We'll have icing call in an offensive zone coming up here. Face-off for the Mitchell Marlins.
That puck went off of a body at the blue line and just started to redirect as Moore went to her left. She had to stick it away to the right, and that one, It nearly found its way in the back of the net to make it 2-0. That would have been a tough one to give up.
That would have been a tough one to give up. Off the face-off, of course, Clute. Shot out front, directed back behind the net, picked up here by Mitchell. Mitchell with the puck comes back out here to Loftman. Loftman lost the handle, cleared back out here, and Mitchell gets it in the neutral zone. Picked up by Sabres, plays it along the near boards, back into the Sioux Center zone with 10:48 to go, period number 1. And then they clear it back out here, Sioux Center does, and it goes off the near boards, back in, and icing called here against Sioux Center. That may be the way to slow this team down. Have a bunch of icing calls. Come back the other way. Of course, you have Nash and Zimmer out there defensively right now for the Mitchell Marlins. Face-off coming to the right of Moore. Picked up here by Sioux Center. Actually won the draw, but then taken away by Amick. Amick takes it back behind the net, looks for a wraparound. It was poked away, back into the corner it goes. Back out, they hold the zone that time with Taranis near side with the puck. They try to hold it near side over here along the near boards, and Sioux Center comes away with it. They'll play it back, but Taranis gets on it with good hustle that time. Works down there, of course, against McCord and company for Sioux Center. Another shot back in at 10:06. 8-1, if I'm right, shots on goal so far in this hockey game. 1-0 with 9:59 clock running here in this opening period of play. Mitchell putting a lot of pressure on. Comes back out here along the near rail. Knocked down that time by Amick. Kelsey with a puck, puts a shot on a bullet, and she scores far side. And Amick comes up with a goal. That will be her 31st goal of the season.
And you're right, Jeff, that was a bullet. She took just a second to set up that snapshot, and that thing went right by Moore. I don't think she even saw it.
She sure didn't act like she did.
No, Amick with a heck of a shot, but you know, Amick's one of those girls, you can't let them set up for a clean shot.
Now, is she going to Jamestown?
She is going to Jamestown.
She'll be in Jamestown. You'll be able to watch her next year. Won't that be fun? She's a fun player to watch. Mitchell with the puck right now in their zone, and they take it, of course, through the neutral zone. And with it was Tristan Zimmer. Zimmer, of course, wears number 2. 1 goal, 7 assists on the year for her. Loose puck out front, swept away that time, picked up by the Sioux Center Storm. But it's back comes Mitchell. Putting a shot on was Clute. Shot a little bit wide at 9:13 to go in period number 1. Nice to have you with us. Knuckles puts a shot on that won't find the mark. Gets deflected to the far corner over there. Picked up here by the Marlins. Sioux Center clears it out here. Picked up again by Knuckles. And the shot is slapped into the corner that time by, of course, Allison Moore. Loose puck picked up here by Sioux Center. They'll stick handle it to the blue line, in over the Mitchell blue line. That time it was with the puck. That was McCord. She plays defense. Mitchell gets it, shoots it down the ice. And they'll hustle after that puck. Sioux Center does get to it first at 8:38 to go. It rattled off about 9 minutes. And picking up the shot right on that time by Jarman, who doesn't have a goal yet. Sabres and Amick do. Jarman goes, I'd like to join this group.
She had a good look at that one. She was squared up with Moore.
Yeah, 8:31 to go. 11-1 shots on goal right now. And the offensive zone faceoff coming from Mitchell to the left of Moore. Gets cleared back behind the net, picked up here. This with the puck right now for the is Amick. Reese with the puck. Reese backhander that comes, gets deflected back near side in the corner here. They play it along the near boards, try to hold the zone. They put a shot on that time. That was Kelsey. Amick comes back in the neutral zone, and getting on it, of course, is Mitchell, and that is Taranis. Comes over here to Amick, plays it ahead now to Jarman. Jarman stick handles in the same, puts a shot on as she was deep in the slot, close to the goal. Top of the crease, couldn't quite get it to drop in, and Mitchell continues to control the puck. Backhander that time between the legs wouldn't work by the Marlins. Try to stuff this one in, wouldn't work. Another shot that time by Jarman wouldn't go at 7:32 to go in this first period, and puck comes all the way back in the Mitchell zone. Back to get it will be Reese Amick, and her pass ahead comes off here to Sabres. Sabres only an 8th grader. She plays like she's a junior, if not a senior. She's going to be a fun player to watch for Mitchell over the next couple of years, and playing it ahead, of course, dumping it in. That time was Ramirez for Sioux Center. Only one shot on goal so far. They've been outshot 13-1 in period number 1. They're down 2-0, 6:58 to go in the period. And it's played ahead this time by Mitchell. That's Clute, K-L-U-D-T, picked up here by Sioux Center. Skating in over the blue line. Shot is saved, made that time by Clute, and it flips up in the air, and then it's cleared down the ice by the Mitchell Marlins at 6:38 to go in period number 1. 13 two-shots on goal, 2-0 on the scoreboard. Nice to have you with us, Jeff and Jim and John. Always fun to have Mr. John Winkler with us. And a face-off to the left, offensive zone here for Sioux Center in the Mitchell zone. Shot that time broken up off the stick, I believe, of Ramirez. Comes back out, picked up here by, of course, Jarman, and she can skate. She can also handle the puck. Takes to the right corner, looks out front with a pass, nobody home. Kept in, though, as Mitchell holds the zone. Pass out front, swept away that time by Sioux Center. They'll clear it out to the neutral zone. Nice back steal that time coming up by, of course, Vaughn for Mitchell. And it gets back here, and they clear it ahead, and that was Nash. Nash plays it ahead this time by Mitchell. Comes back in as Sioux Center keeps a little pressure on. Nash comes up with a puck along the near rail here. Battles ahead with that puck. That time she was working against, of course, McCord. And puck comes back in as McCord clears it back in here. Cannigator's out there as well as Mitchell overskates the puck, picked up here by Nash. Nash with the puck, 16 goals, 8 assists on the year. And Sioux Center putting some pressure on along the near rail here. That's Cannigator. Cannigator comes up with a puck, played ahead though by Mitchell. They come from behind, they steal it like it's candy. And of course they get it onto the stick of, as you know, Amick. Comes out here taking a little bit of a check and maybe going down there. We may have a trip called here.
We are.
And it's going to go against Mitchell.
Well, here's her opportunity for Sioux Center. You get an opportunity to put one of the best players, Bradley Sabres, in the penalty box for 2 minutes with a trip. Or 2 minutes or less, you want to be less so you can score the power play.
Yeah. So Sabres will take a seat, and Mitchell goes in the penalty box. Chance here for Sioux Center, and they haven't fared very well there with 3.8% on the power play this year. Nevertheless, they hold it in the zone, then they lost it. Coming back to help out, of course, was Wolof. Wolof, haven't said her name a lot, picked up here, of course, by Brooke Jarman. Brooke Jarman puts a shot on, and kicking it out was Moore because she was almost screened that time. And the loose puck here as, of course, Sioux Center is on the power play, but Mitchell's putting the pressure on. They score with a shorthanded goal. And that is Amick, Kelsey Amick.
Kelsey Amick on a backhand. And I've watched Kelsey Amick play for a lot of years, and nobody can lift the puck on a backhand like Kelsey Amick can. She's done it many, many times for many years.
I mean, she was right in front of the net, and that backhand popped the water bottle up in the air because she got up so high on that roof.
That's where Kelsey's at her best, real tight to the goalie, and she can pick it up with a backhand like no other player.
So Mitchell jumps out to a 3-0 first period lead. 4:38, and already Kelsey Amick has 2 goals. Shot that time a bullet that goes wide. And that was by the assistant captain, of course, for Sioux Center. Shot that time, and they score.
3.8% of the power play. It's 100% in the postseason right now for Sioux Center.
That's Kate Nash.
That's Kate Nash who comes up with.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's
that could be McCord. Camille McCord scored the goal. Number 29.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, you're right. McCord.
McCord gets her 9th of the year. Yeah, who cares about 3.1% in the regular season? It's 100% right now for Sioux Center in the postseason.
So that comes at 4:14, and it makes it a 3-1 hockey game. So that's interesting. Sioux Center will get a little life off that. Picked up here by Reese. Coming in that time was Cannigator. Poked away nicely by the Marlins. Near side here. Picked up. Getting out there was Lang, but she had it poked off her stick, picked up here, of course, by the Marlins. And this is Hatwan. Haven't said her name so far today, but she's on that second line with Clute and Knuckles. And we've said that line before, but Hatwan hasn't touched the puck that much. 3:49 to go. Earlier today, 2-1, it was Aberdeen over the Oahe Capitals. In the first game, we have Watertown and, of course, Brookings to follow after that. Jim Lloyd will have the play-by-play of that game. 3:42 to go. We got a long way to go in this one, though. Puck just to the right of Moore, and battling for that puck, Sioux Center along the near rail here. And they will skate out to the neutral zone with it, and picking it up this time was McCord for Sioux Center, but ridden off the puck that time by Reese Amick. Picked up here, of course, by Cannigator. Cannigator goes in. We have a whistle at 3:16 to go in period number 1.
I believe that's a cross check on Hatwan. Happened right in front of her bench.
All right, 1 for 1. Can Sioux Center go 2 for 2?
Well, we'll wait and see. And, of course, 2 penalties so far this period, both on Mitchell. We saw that in the Aberdeen game with Oahe.
That's right. It's the Pelican Power Sports power play, and Sioux Center got the first one of the game, first one of the tournament.
Yeah.
So $15 donated from Pelican Power Sports to Feeding South Dakota.
All right. Reese Amick comes up with a puck along the near rail here, but Sioux Center holds the zone, and a cross-ice pass wall off that time. Shot out front, broken up that time by Sioux Center. Comes back out in the neutral zone. Getting on it, of course, was Sabres. Lost the handle. Picked up, goes back into the Mitchell zone, and then they clear the puck all the way down the ice. 1:35 to go on the penalty to Hatwan, and 2:46 to go in period number 1. 3-1, Mitchell with the lead right now over Sioux Center. Loose puck in the neutral zone. As Mitchell gets to it, they hustle for that puck so well. And a backhander that time by Reese Amick dumps it back into the Sioux Center zone. How do you knock off how do you play defense when you're down by a man? You become the offensive-minded person, and that's exactly what this team does. As Sioux Center plays it out here along the near rail, they'll come up with a puck in the neutral zone. Good job there, poked away that time. That was off the stick, if you will, of King. King has 3 goals, 2 assists on the year. Sioux Center and Mitchell. Mitchell picks it up, flips it all the way down the ice. Sioux Center has to hustle after that puck with 2 minutes to go in the period and 42 seconds to go in the penalty to Hatwan for Mitchell. Sioux Center gets it ahead, but Amick goes back. This is Reese to get the puck. Plays it far side there and flips it all the way down the ice. Allison Moore stops it and sweeping it away. Sioux Center to come back up ice with the puck with 1:49 to go. Getting down the right side, broken up that time. A little behind Clute in the Mitchell zone. Picked up here. Going after that puck, of course, for Sioux Center. And that is Katie Hone. Katie Hone goes after that loose puck with 1:22 to go. Loose puck out here. Picked up, of course, by Nash for Mitchell. Along the near boards with 1:12 to go in the period. Comes back out to the point. Backhander that time by Knuckles. She's out there right now, and both teams are at full strength. Hatwan is out there with Clute and Knuckles on this line. Shot right on, and the save went up in the air after Moore made the stop. Fortunately for Sioux Center, they cleared away back behind their net. Far side over there, of course, getting it, holding the zone is Nash. Shot right on, save made by Moore. It's 18-3 right now. Shots on goal. 41 seconds to go in the period. 3-1 the score with Sioux Center down to Mitchell. You thought I was going to say Sioux Center had the lead, didn't you? A long pass ahead, goes right down the right side, off the far rail, back in, and going to get it as Nash with 26 seconds to play. Icing called here against Sioux Center. Cannigator out there, along with Stevens and Stevens. That's an interesting line. Stevens, Cannigator.
We apologize right now. We have the live stream down, but you just stay with Jeff, and we'll have the live stream back up. Stay right here with us. Jeff will paint you the picture.
That's right. That's what's good about radio. Off the face-off here, Knuckles won the draw, dumped it back behind the Sioux Center net with 20 seconds to go. Along the near board here, that's Amick. This is Kelsey already with 2 goals picked up here by Sioux Center. as they break away with the puck. That's Lang down the right side, in over the blue line, looking for a centering pass, broken up by Mitchell. They clear it away off the far side. Lang gets to the puck there, looking again for a centering pass with no time to go in this first period. So 3-1 after one period of play. Mitchell has the lead. We'll check the scoring when we come back.
That's right. You're listening to the state tournament here on Capital City Rock KSTR and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Potsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096. Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre. The Field House in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Field House with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Field House, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here to the First Intermission Report, the First Intermission Report is brought to you by University of Jamestown. University of Jamestown, where your success is our tradition. John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd as our first here intermission. As we welcome you in, looks like we maybe got our technical difficulties worked out here. We're back into being able to use our different camera angles and stuff. But that first period, Jeff, it was kind of all Mitchell, kind of like maybe what we were kind of expecting going into this game.
Yeah, I would say so. They, of course, they outshot them 18-3, but it's 3-1 on the scoreboard. Mitchell, of course, Sabres broke the scoreless tie, 15:05 to go in period number one. Sabres getting, of course, for Mitchell, her 27th goal of the year, unassisted. And then, of course, about 4.5 minutes later, Mitchell, Kelsey Amick, the first of two in that first period at 9:47 unassisted. Then Kelsey Amick, a shorthanded goal. That was 5 minutes, 3 seconds later, giving Mitchell a 3-0 lead. Camille McCord got a power play goal for Sioux Center at 4:14 to go, 30 seconds after Mitchell had tallied their third goal. And as a result, it is 3-1 right now after one period of play. Couple of penalties in that period. Mitchell, of course, Sabres, 2 minutes for tripping at 5:12. Hat one for Mitchell, 2 minutes cross-check at 3:16. 3-1 right now. And, of course, we mentioned 18-3 shots on goal. So we're right now just 2 saves as far as Mitchell and Clute is concerned. And right now 15 saves in the game for Allison Moore for Sioux Center. Earlier today, 2-1, it was again Aberdeen defeating Owyhee 2-1. Coming up after this, of course, we'll have Brookings and Watertown, the 4 and 5 seeds. And then about 5:30 or so, we'll have Sioux Falls, the number 1 seed, taking on Rushmore in the final 4th game of the first round of this tournament. Of course, we'll have 4 more games tomorrow. They'll be coming up, and they'll be starting tomorrow at, let's see what I do with that, and that's at 11 o'clock and at 1:30. And then, of course, tomorrow afternoon, 4:30, Aberdeen playing in that game, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. That'll be actually the 8th game. And then we have, of course, Sunday. And Sunday we have a game, the Consolation Championship. That'll be at 9 a.m. on Sunday. 3rd place game at 11:30. And the championship Sunday at 2 o'clock here at the Odie in Aberdeen. So good, they're doing a great job hosting this tournament. We're glad to have you with us. And we will come back with more in just a moment.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and number 1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The Ramkota in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ramkota is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ramkota has a full hot continental breakfast so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment. The Ramkota in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. As we welcome you back here into our first intermission report, brought to you by the University of Jamestown, where your success is our tradition. You are listening to KCCR FM Blunt as well as KSDR Watertown, and you're watching here on Capital City Rock Sports, but that doesn't matter because we got to stay legal on our radio stations. We don't necessarily have to stay. We have to stay legal on Capital City Rock because we got to stay legal on radio. But John Winkler alongside Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd here as we're just past 1 o'clock. 3-1 our score between Mitchell and Sioux Center.
Yes, Watertown's getting a new ice arena.
Watertown is
about what, 28 million or whatever it is.
Yeah,
228 million. I don't know. It's supposed to be some crazy price, but it's going to be really a nice place.
Yeah, I saw the video of it last week. It was actually just released to the public that it is going forward, and they're talking about $28 to $29 million. So it's going to be a state-of-the-art rink. An architect that's doing it is an architect that's done many, many rinks and is well-renowned for doing hockey rinks. The rendition of that building was absolutely beautiful. It really was.
I would imagine that we would have the mayor here for the next game with Brookings and Watertown. It'd be nice to get him on if we could find him.
Yeah,
that would be good. But I did inquire with one of the city council members the other day. I said, now, are they going to have a broadcast booth? Because that's the only thing I'm cared about. They're going to spend $28 million. They better have about a $5 million booth for me and you and everybody else. And but he said, well, it's kind of in one corner of the rink, as I understand.
Yeah,
it.
the rendition
well,
that
guess
I saw
what?
was
they're going to have to change that.
Was over in the corner, and I think when that thing gets built, Jeff, we'll probably just go set up wherever we want, right?
That's kind of you look at Brookings as an example, and that's a nice facility, but they never built a broadcast booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, one little stand there for us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that'd be the thing I'd worry about naturally.
Yeah.
and as broadcast booths go, it's real important that you can see the ice at all different angles. I mean, that's real important if you're going to call games and so forth. But they do have a broadcast booth in there, but it's a neat concept and a really neat rink. If that thing keeps going forward, 2 sheets, of course, 1 game rink, one rink they call a practice rink.
Yep, and 2 sheets, but with the option of sometime down the road actually building a third.
Putting a third on, and hand it to Watertown. They've done a lot of work on this rink, and it's been going on literally for 20 years.
You're right.
But really, within the last year and a half, it's really ramped up. A lot of good people working on that project and really doing their homework. And I really am very confident that we're going to get a really nice product.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It's been a long time coming, but it's going to be good. We just have to hope the Mace can hold out for another year.
We keep
or 2,
and we've broadcast a lot of games from that little Mace Ice Arena, and and it does have some kind of nice little qualities. The stereo gets going, and we've had some fantastic games there that have been so loud we can't hardly hear each other. So that little place does have its character.
Yeah.
That we'll miss.
And I would hope that sometime down the road, once this is built in Watertown, that they would get to host maybe a state boys varsity tournament or at least a girls.
Yeah, there's some magic numbers there, as far as seating and so forth, and they're taking that into account. I think there's going to be like 1,500 seats. So so
I think you hit it just a little bit low. I think it's 15,000.
15,000 seats, standing room only.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be nice, and we're really looking forward to it.
We really are.
Looking forward to the second period here. Mitchell Marlins to the Sioux Center Storm as Mitchell lead 3-1 over Sioux Center. We have that second period for you next here on Capital City Rock, KSTR, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Waukee Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The Ramcoda in Aberdeen has everything for business travel needs. We have meeting and banquet spaces to host your event with a restaurant and lounge on site. For the leisure times or the fun business meetings, the Ramcoda is located next to 2 golf courses. The Ramkota has a full hot continental breakfast, so you don't have to leave the comfort of the building. And don't forget to use your Best Western rewards at our pet-friendly establishment, the Ramkota in Aberdeen, 1400 8th Avenue Northwest. Call 605-229-4040 to make your reservation today. Back here as we start the second period between the Mitchell Marlins and the Sioux Center Storm. Jeff Anderson's got the call for you.
Well, and Mitchell will be defending the goal to our right as you check out your computer or, of course, your radio dial. And Sioux Center hasn't returned yet. There they are. And we're about ready to get the second period underway. Looking forward to that. 3-1 after one. If you just tuned in earlier today, of course, it was Aberdeen over a very gutsy little Owyhee team. 2-1 was the final score there. Very good game between that group, 3-6. So we have Moore getting in the nets over here. We're ready to drop the puck on period number 2. 3-1 right now. Mitchell with the lead. Sioux Center wins the draw along the near boards. And along the near boards in the neutral zone, Mitchell gives some chase, and the puck goes rink wide, and Mitchell gets on it, of course, like they always do. Nice stick handling there, looking for a backhander, and they get a goal, just like that.
That's Brooke Jarman picks it up at the blue line, and there are times when Brooke Jarman makes it look easy. She really does. Great job of puck handling and just a little backhand flip. And just like that, the Mitchell Marlins are up 4-1.
And just like that, their front line has 3 of their 4, in fact, all 4 of their goals.
No surprise there.
At 16-39, and we always talk about the first 2 minutes of a period. As Reese Amick goes down far side over there, shot on, and the glove save made that time by Allison Moore. And that was off, I think, maybe Reese Amick.
But we talked about it. You can't stop them. You only hope to contain them.
Yep.
And they haven't contained the top line.
No, they
so
haven't.
Far.
No, they haven't. They have all 4 of their goals. Shot that time broken up, steering a little bit wide as Mitchell looks for a wraparound. Moore was there to stuff it and picked up here by Mitchell. Backhander that time wouldn't go. Another stuff in. Another one they put on. And they missed at that time as Moore made the stop. And then they missed an open net, and it's picked up here, of course, and that will be by Vandenberg. Vandenberg clears it back out in the neutral zone as Mitchell gets on that loose puck over here. Picked up, of course, by Sabres. Pass right side, shot on. She went for the open net and nearly had it, but she couldn't get the stick down on the puck, and we have a whistle stopping play. There's a broken stick out there.
I don't know if it's broken, but it is. Well, yeah, it is broken.
It's broken.
Yeah. Did he go to hockey headquarters?
Hockey headquarters has those sticks.
I just wanted to note, if you guys noticed Kelsey Amick on that one loose puck up there, the patience that she showed to try to get that in. She pulled it back away from the goalie and tried to flip it over the pad.
Lang is out there right now. Ramirez and Regniter for the Sioux Center Storm. Regniter, Raginniter.
It's a Pelican Power Sports power play. It was a call against the Sioux Center Storm.
All right.
Going against Cord McCord.
McCord.
That was a quick shot that was broken. Oh, boy, that hurt one of the Sioux Center players. As nearly another shot to goal scored by Kate Nash.
Yes, loose puck here, flipped out and down, and of course to get it will be Nash. From Mitchell, plays it off the far rail. Ahead it comes here to Amick. Picked up here by Mitchell in over the blue line. This, of course, is Kelsey. Nice drop pass, but nobody was there. And Nash gets on it over the far rail over there for Mitchell. Comes back out here for Jarman. Puts a shot on. It goes off the glove that time of Moore. Picked up here by Jarman. We have a whistle. And we may have a
high stick.
High stick coming up here.
A high stick penalty.
Yep.
At 15-10.
So that takes away the Pelican Power Sports power play for the Mitchell Marlins.
It sure does.
Sabres, who's got her second penalty, she's going to be careful the rest of the game now.
Yeah, in high school hockey, 3 penalties and you're done for the game.
So we take it down the other end. It'll be a Sioux Center offensive zone faceoff. Mitchell gets the puck. They flip it all the way down the ice, right on goal, and Moore makes the stop. Back to help out, of course, is Walhoff. Picked up that time. Mitchell tried to stuff it in. That was Jarman. And couldn't do so. Poked off her stick. Comes over here to Jarman near side. Then getting on it, of course, is Sioux Center. That with the puck was King. Loose puck along the far rail there. Picked up here by Amick. Amick puts a shot on. That gets off the side of the net. Picked up here. And Mitchell goes after that loose puck. Picking it up here, of course, is Amick. Amick looking for a centering pass. Had it taken off her stick that time by Walhoff. Walhoff gets ahead of the puck, but comes back to help out and flips it down into the neutral zone. Loose puck here, picked up. Rink wide, cross ice pass, picked up here. Shot on the way. Scoring is Jarman.
That was a loose puck over on the far circle. And she wound up about 25 feet away from that puck. And there was nothing that Moore could do about that one. That was a heck of a shot.
Yeah, Brooke Jarman, sometimes you don't like to show the goalie what you're going to do. Brooke Jarman didn't care.
Yeah, she showed I'm going to slap shot this one.
Yeah, I'm just going to hit that far, hit that faster than you can make it stop.
Well, she has 2 goals. Amick has 2 goals, and Sabres is the other. So all 5 of their goals right now from that top line. Back in the Sioux Center, or I should say the Mitchell zone here. Picked up, taking it back behind the net. Mitchell flips it back out here. Trying to hold the zone that time was, of course, Vandenberg for Sioux Center. Played it back into the Sioux Center zone as Mitchell brings it up ice. Picked up here along the near rail right in front of us that time by Vandenberg. Picked up here in neutral zone. Getting on it is Lang. Shot right time from actually center ice. Right on, and Moore makes the stop. She so far has given up 5 goals. She has 23 saves, 28-3 shots on goal right now, favoring Mitchell. Earlier game was a good one, 2-1 Aberdeen over a pesky Oahe team, 2-1 there. Shot on by Nash, save made by Moore, comes out of her glove. Loose puck picked up here by Lang back behind, and they call Gretzky's office. Picked up here, of course, by McCord. Out west, breakout pass in the neutral zone, picked up here by Nash from Mitchell. Nash lost it as she overskates the puck at the blue line. Mitchell picks it up, gets it back out to Nash, ahead to Nash. Near side here, gets run into the boards a little bit along the near side. This is Jarman with the puck, I should say Sabres, and her pass goes cross ice. Nobody home, picked up here by Sioux Center. Knocked down that time by Mitchell as they put the pressure on. Another play by Sabres. The 8th grader just doing a great job there. And then going down, of course, that time was Stevens. Stevens and Candigator Stevens on this line for Sioux Center. Picked up here by King. King with a puck, stick handles, but taken off his stick by Amick. Puts a shot on, kicked out by Moore. Comes off here to Sabres. A little bit wide of the mark. Picked up here by Mitchell. Back to Sabres. Another one that gets deflected up over the top of the K. And Cage, it comes back out here, far side in the corner. Sioux Center trying to put the pressure on. Mitchell trying to put the pressure on. And out here, of course, it is Sabres. Picked up here by Mitchell near side. Jarman puts a shot on. Another save, and they score. Backhander that time. Nicely done by Mitchell on Moore. The captain gets another goal.
Kelsey Amick with her hat trick.
With a hat trick.
And believe it or not, it was another backhand tight to the goalie. She does a great job.
All 6 goals for the top line, and you could feel that one coming fairly soon because they were buzzing around and more. There's only so much how many saves she can make at one set. I mean, she's already made 28 saves, and we still got 12 minutes left to go in the second period.
And if you watch those Mitchell girls shoot, they place the puck where they want it. They really do. They aim.
Three goals by Mitchell in 5 minutes of the second period. Picked up here, of course, by Sioux Center as they skip in over the blue line. That was Ramirez. Comes along the near rail over here. Mitchell putting the pressure on at 11:44 to go in the period. Near side out here, of course, is Vandenberg. And going after that loose puck for Mitchell was Jarman. You almost wonder sometimes if Jarman and Amick and Sabres ever sit down. Shot on that time, Moore kicks it out. They clear away the rebound that time was Lang. Lang back to help out. Near side here, gets it is Lang. That was from, of course, Ramirez. Takes it down the left side. Going back behind her own goal, but it's Mitchell that comes up with that loose puck as they have much of the time in this second game of the afternoon. And a loose puck in the neutral zone picked up here by Sioux Center. Sioux Center doing the best they can right now with that puck And, of course, that is King. King gets taken off the puck there, goes back into the Mitchell zone. And, of course, the Marlins come up with it there. Vaughn clears it ahead. Knocked down that time by Knuckles. Knuckles out right now with Hatwan and Clute. Picked up here by Sioux Center. That was, of course, over there. That's McCord. Dumps it in the far corner over there. Loose puck picked up here. Knocked down that time by Vandenberg. Picked up by Sioux Center. And they try to knock it in. That was nicely done by McCord. She wears the tight hair on the back, so it's easier to see her number rather than the bushy, maybe ponytail. And it's picked up here by Sioux Center in the neutral zone, trying to put some pressure on here. They get it to Cannigator. Cannigator skates in, but loses the handle. Mitchell gets it, clears it all the way down the ice. 35-3 shots on goal right now, favoring Mitchell, and the scoreboard as well at 6-1. 3 goals in the first 5 minutes of this third period have broken open a fairly tight game. And Mitchell well in control right now, looking for win number 17 on the year. Icing called here against the Mitchell Marlins at 9:37.
They, on the scoring that they have for the last goal, Brooke Jarman, they gave the goal to Brooke Jarman. Kaylee O'Connor got the assist, and Kelsey Amick got the secondary assist. So one way or the other, the Mitchell Marlins have a hat trick of one kind, and Jarman's actually got a natural hat trick. If that was actually, it looked like it was, to me it looked like Kelsey Amick scored, but they mark it down as Brooke Jarman's goal, which she has a natural hat trick, and it's 6-1.
All right. Okay, good to know that. Straighten that out for you. And back in the Sioux Center zone, trying to take it away was, of course, Vandenberg, and it was King out there trying to get it away from Nash for the Mitchell Marlins. They take it back behind their own net here along the near rail. Knocked down that time by Sioux Center. Getting to the puck over there as they hold the zone. They play it in the corner. Shot out front, broken up, goes back behind the net, picked up here by the Marlins. Long out, let pass that time. Getting on it, of course, Taranis putting a shot on, and another one out front. Oh, they had a wild one right there. Cannigator got to it. Picked up that time, of course, by Stevens, and then it comes back out. We got a stick down here, loose.
That's a goalie stick.
That's a goalie stick.
That's a goalie stick. She throws her stick down. Cannigator gives it to the goalie, almost has to use it to make a stop, and then Cannigator comes back with the stick and gets it on her stick right now, plays it ahead. Far rail over there, that time to Vandenberg. Looks out here, but stopped down by Mitchell at their own blue line, which they do so well. Shot just inside the blue line, a bullet. That carry was wide. Picked up here by Cannigator. Trying to get to it that time was Mitchell. That was Zost, and it's played ahead. Zost hadn't played much up to this point. She's a sophomore with no goals, 1 assist on the year. Far side picked up here by Nash. Puts a shot on a little bit wide with a screamer. Comes out here along the near rail. Mitchell tries to keep it in Taranis, and she goes back to get it in her own zone just over her blue line. Plays it ahead along the near boards here, and that's, of course, Amick. That's Reese. Pass ahead, rink-wide pass over there. Sabres gets it over there to a teammate, overskates the puck just a little bit. Sioux Center knocks it down. Shot that time by Sabres. She scores. Sabres gets another goal, makes it a 7-1 game as Mitchell gets their 4th goal of this period. Sabres just inside the blue line.
It was a good shot by Sabres. She wound up for the slap shot right on the blue line.
Her second, and of course for Sabres, 28 goals on the year. That comes at 7.5 minutes to play in this period.
And we got run time eventually starting here.
Yeah, we do, don't we? 6 goal difference right now. It's 7-1. That's a good point. I forgot about that. That's a good point. And picked up by Knuckles out there with Hatwan and Clute. And it's picked up by Sioux Center. In over the line that time with it was Walhoff. Leads the team, Kate does, with 10 goals, senior, 6 assists. Things stay the way they will, and I would imagine they will. It will be tomorrow, of course. Sioux Center playing at 11 a.m. against Owyhee. And the winner of this would play Aberdeen tomorrow at 4:30 on day 2 of this girls tournament. Wouldn't that be interesting? 6:47.
Sioux Center and Owyhee played 2 overtime games back-to-back days. So
Whoa.
not like the
Okay.
Owyhee Capitals didn't play a whole lot of overtime games.
Only about 7 of them, didn't they? And loose puck comes over here, and going after that loose puck, of course, is Kylie Regeniter, junior. Kylie picked up here, fires it ahead in the neutral zone. And that was Stevens. Comes back in as we have running time now at 6:16 to go in the second period of hockey. And Mitchell comfortably in front at 7-1. They knock it down just inside the blue line. This is McCord. Goes to the far corner. It's time to step around to Kelsey Amick. Potential, and it comes in here. Shot on that time by Vandenberg. Gets deflected up over the glass and out of play.
Clute just made the glove. It was going to go wide, but Clute just
Oh,
put the
did she?
glove up and just made the
Okay.
catch like it was no big deal.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd say she looked like it was just as nonchalant as possible.
Looked like they were playing catch with
Yeah.
a baseball.
5:41 to go in the period. And clock running, of course. And we have a face-off coming to the left in the offensive zone. This time they're going to switch goalies right here.
That'd be Pendergrass. So
Pendergrass, who has no decisions on the year. 0-0.
That's the first time she's played in varsity hockey.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So
Well, that'll be good for her. She wears number 31, Victoria Pendergrass. So they get, of course, more out of there. And they bring in Pendergrass. 5 minutes to go and clock running. We'll have a face-off just outside the Sioux Center blue line. And that, of course, is McCord. Mitchell actually wins the draw. Coming in here, that's Jarman. Jarman gets it back out. Looks for some help there along the near rail as Mitchell comes up with that with Sabres. Picked up here, of course, by Jarman. Getting on it was Amick. Puts a shot on, and the save made that time, I think, by the goalie, which would be Pendergrass. Looks out here, deflected back behind the net, back in Gretzky's office, and of course back out there is McCord. Putting a shot on, goes a little bit wide off the stick that time for Mitchell. Kept in though by the Marlins along the near rail. Going hard after that was Cannigator. Cannigator gets it over here to Amick. And playing it ahead that time for the Mitchell Marlins was Wyatt. Wyatt getting a little playing time too now with the score a little bit wide. Wyatt, Virginia, no goals, no assists. She, by the way, is a 6th grader. We talk about the seniors in this class, the senior class, how good they are, but there's a lot of young kids coming up. Shot on, Jarman hits the pipe, and it comes out. She hit the pipe. Could have had the hat trick had she made that count. 3:20 to go in the second period. Another shot on that time by Jarman. She's like a bee out there, just buzzing around the necktie. That was a shot from Jarman, then from Sabres. And it's picked up here. And this is Walhoff for Sioux Center, looking for a backhander, but she gets taken into the corner. Loose puck picked up here by Sioux Center at the neutral zone. Picked up here, stick handling that puck. Playing it near side, and that was Cannigator. Plays it off the near rail with 2:56 to go in the period. Back in the far corner over there in the Mitchell zone. Loose puck batted out into the neutral zone, picked up here by Walhoff. Puts a shot right on, and it was handled nicely that time by Clute, although it was kind of a knuckleballer. And it comes out here and goes all the way down the ice. We'll have icing called there with 2:34 and a running clock. Running time 7-1 right now. Mitchell getting 4 second period goals by Jarman, who has 2.
She's got 3 of the 4.
3 in this period, and Sabres the other one. That's right. So it's been the Brooke Jarman show in some ways, but Amick has a couple and things like that, so it's been quite interesting. Afterwards, we'll name a player of the game, but we got a ways to go yet before that happens. Sioux Center comes up with a puck. 2:03 to go, looking for a centering pass. Backhander broken up in traffic. Out in the corner over there, and getting on it, of course, for Sioux Center at that time was, I think, Cannigator. Comes back out here. Mitchell picks up the puck. Skating over the blue line of Sioux Center, a bullet that goes wide. Rebound comes out here near side, picked up by Vaughn. And she clears it away, looking for his Cannigator. Loose puck here. Mitchell clears it back out in the neutral zone, picked up by Sioux Center. They play it ahead, that of course, for Sioux Center, and that was Stevens. Plays it back in here with 1:22 to go in the period. And Mitchell gets on it right here. If they hustle, they've got a 2-on-2. No odd man rush, taken back behind the net here in the Sioux Center zone. Getting after that puck, of course, near side was Mitchell. And that was, of course, them Hatwan. 3 goals, 4 assists on the year. A loose puck, where is it? And Walhoff goes back to get it in the Sioux Center zone. Picked up far side over there. They'll skate out with it to the neutral ice area. Picked up here. That was Walhoff. Walhoff looking for the puck. It's sandwiched between 2 Mitchell defenders. Gets ridden off the puck, and the Marlins come away with it with 41 seconds to play in a fast-moving second quarter. With running time, that'll happen. We'll have a face-off coming just outside the Mitchell blue line neutral zone. Nope, it'll be to the right, beg your pardon, of Clute in the Mitchell zone with 24 seconds to go till we reach the end of the second period. Out the face-off, picked up here, that was Jarman on the face-off. Mitchell controlled back behind their own net. 9 seconds to play as Mitchell goes after that loose puck over there, picked up by Sioux Center. 3 seconds on the clock, and we are done with the second period. 39-5, shots on goal favoring Mitchell. Right now they open things up with a 4-goal second period. And they lead 7-1 in this hockey game. We'll come back to Aberdeen, the Odie and Aberdeen right after this.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
This is Ashton Grease, captain of the Owyhee Capitals boys varsity hockey team. Spring is right around the corner. It's time to start thinking about getting your roof repaired. My dad at Weatherall Roofing is the guy to call. Weatherall Roofing offers commercial roofing options, including metal roof restorations and EPDM rubber roof restorations. When hockey season is over, you'll find me on a roof somewhere. Check out our website at www.weatherallroof.com or call Chad at 224-7982. Go Caps!
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here and into our second intermission reports, as the intermission reports are brought to you by the University of Jamestown, the University of Jamestown, where your success is our tradition. And, of course, the University of Jamestown's got they've got some vested interest in what the state tournament looks like, because there's 3 girls that we go to University of Jamestown to play their first ever team next year.
I think what we should do is probably send Jim up to cover Concordia, and I'll go to Jamestown.
Yeah, we should take our show on the road, shouldn't we? Yeah, but Jamestown, what a neat deal that is. Not very often do you hear about a brand new startup program. And I had heard at one time they were trying to get 25, 27 girls. But what a task that is, to start from scratch. Hey, we need to start a hockey team, so you run around the state and try to find as many girls as you can. And you're also going to have to look at some of these veteran girls perhaps are playing in other colleges, because you can't do it all with all freshmen.
No, that's true. But what a great place to do it in terms of Jamestown. You got lots of great hockey players in North Dakota. Minnesota's a hockey hotbed, and of course South Dakota's getting that way.
Oh, absolutely.
So you've got a great place to draw from.
Yeah, absolutely. North Dakota and Jamestown, that's a great place. They've already have a guys program, so a girls program there is really a natural.
Yeah. So what you do is you go up to Fargo and you get a couple of girls and you say, hey, look, you aren't going to see the ice. Why don't you come down to our place? You can start.
Well, I'm sure that's a recruiting tool that you use,
Yeah.
Come here, we're starting a new program. You can be part of the first program.
That's right.
And it's kind of neat as a player. You can go up there and be part of something that's kind of special.
It's history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ashton Lee, we talked about that earlier, somewhere along the line in history, she was the first person to ever sign that in women's hockey in Jamestown.
She will be the answer to trivia questions for years to come. The first ever recruited signee of the University of Jamestown women's hockey.
Isn't that cool?
Ashton Lee, yep.
What I really think is great about it, though, is it gives these girls, and we've got a lot of good girls in this tournament, something to look forward to after high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And once they see some of the girls going on, I think sometimes the girls don't understand that there is another avenue to go to,
Exactly.
and Minnesota's full of small schools, they're Division III schools. Now Jamestown, there's Midland College. There are some schools and places for these girls to play, and just now in South Dakota, these girls are starting to go. There's been a few in the past. There's certainly been a few in the past, but now you're seeing more and more girls every year.
Yeah. And if you've enjoyed watching these kids play high school, you don't have to go that far, and you get to watch them in college.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah. They some of these girls, their hockey journey has just begun.
Yeah, there's a couple of 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders here in this state tournament. Yeah. And there's a lot of good young talent that'll be here throughout the next couple of years here in South Dakota.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, look at Briley Sabers. Yeah. I mean, she's got a long ways to go, and she's a heck of a player right now.
Yeah, she's got 2 goals so far today. Kelsey Amick's got 2 goals. She's going to the University of Jamestown next year. And Brooke Jarman got 3 goals. Their top line, they just do it all. They got all 7 goals.
It would be fun to see what Jarman has in her career. And it'd be fun to see what Sabers has to this point, because we just had a 100-goal scorer this year in girls hockey.
Yep.
And I would imagine that somebody's going to come along and break that. I mean, that's just the way it's going.
Yeah, and you think about it, and the nice thing is with girls is they start very young. They can start in 6th grade at the varsity level, and if they can get those 100 goals, you never see that in the boys program because they don't play long enough.
No.
But in the girls program, there's girls that score over 100 goals in their varsity career.
Yeah,
it's pretty neat.
It is pretty darn neat. I agree. Right now it's 7-1. We have running time. Of course, we haven't gotten to the third period yet. We have 8:23 to go. We'll talk about those Mitchell goals, 4 of them in the second period, when we come back.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Potsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Please contact one of your South Dakota Kubota dealers today.
Get in on the game. Get to Aberdeen to shop, dine, and relax. Spend the day checking items off your list from hundreds of local businesses where there's something for everyone. Please your palate with dozens of culinary options, and let our service providers pamper you or help you take care of business. Check out the museum, art galleries, art classes, public library, and much more. We know you have choices. Thanks for spending time in Aberdeen. We always look forward to seeing you.
As we welcome you back here into our second intermission report, the University of Jamestown sponsoring the second intermission report, where your success is our tradition. If you look where we're at right now, we got the camera up. You can see us right over here, basically right above the bench, right through the netting. You can see us. We'll all wave. Jeff, you got to wave too.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we can all wave.
I have a face for radio.
That is where we were sitting here for the entire weekend. It should be a good one. We actually got the TV up too. We can probably see ourselves. Yeah, you can see me waving here.
Yeah, there we are.
We're a little bit. Well, you can't see yourself waving on the TV. maybe later you can see yourself waving to the TV.
But we do have a nice perch here, don't we?
Oh, we do.
Can see
it's
the
great.
ice, and it's a place to be.
This is terrific.
It should be, and we've had a really good first game, a 2-1 win for Aberdeen over Owyhee. It's a 7-1 lead right now for the Mitchell Marlins over the Sioux Center Storm. So the second game where we kind of thought maybe this would be Mitchell is going to be a team to beat in the state tournament, and they're showing it here in the first round.
I would say so. In that second period, Brooke Jarman with 3 goals, 16-39, 14-18 in 12 minutes. Sabres added the other one, so she has 2 goals today. Amick has 2 goals, and Brooke Jarman has 3, so that front line is accounted for all 7. Their top line, all 7 of their goals, so they now have 99 goals on the year. You've heard of 99 things on the wall? This is 99 goals on the wall. We're going to hit 100.
I got a feeling that could happen.
I was going to say, it might happen to this game even. It might happen to the next game, but there's for sure going to happen. There's no way that this top line is not going to score 1 more goal this year in the next 2 games in a period.
I think you're right about that. So this has been a fun team. Earlier today, of course, 2-1, it was Aberdeen edging Owyhee. That's the second time they've beaten them 2-1. They've beaten them 3 times this year, but 2-1, and Owyhee put up a good fight. Aberdeen committed too many penalties for their coach, and I'm sure their team, but they pull away for a 2-1 win. And then, of course, we have Brookings and Watertown coming up after this at 3. And then, of course, it'll be Sioux Falls and Rushmore at 5:30 this afternoon to wrap up day 1 of the state girls hockey tournament, varsity tournament. Next week we'll be at Shields Iceplex in Sioux Falls for all 11 games of the boys, just like the girls. We have 4 tomorrow, 3 more on Sunday. Next week it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 11 more. And then, of course, then we have Team South Dakota going off to practice and then going off to Jamestown and then going off to Pennsylvania. I think, rumor has it, Jim is going to provide play-by-play from Pennsylvania, right?
I could. I'm going to take my headset because you never know if there's somebody that'll let me plug in.
That's right.
And, wouldn't that be fun?
Well, what you could just do is see if anybody's doing the game. If they are, just knock them out and start talking.
Yeah.
We don't condone violence across our Capital City Rock, KSDR, Capital City Rock, all that. We don't want any violence.
No, we just wanted to put them, just kind of put them to sleep for a couple hours, and then we'll be all set.
But we do condone good hockey.
Well, we sure do.
You mean put them to sleep as in like we just kind of talk to them, then they fall asleep because they get bored?
Yeah.
Or okay, yeah, there you go. Third period just about set here. We're ready. We're pretty much ready to go here.
Well, we really are. And, of course, Mitchell will be defending the goal to our left. And, of course, it will be Sioux Center, the goal to our right. Let's see. Nash is out there for Mitchell right now, among others.
And after this one, South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association will award a player of the game. And that's a logoed puck. And we will talk to that person after the game. So it's always fun to get some of these girls on the radio.
The girls have fun with that.
Yeah, we'll get them on the radio and get their take on the game. Well, thank you to South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association.
I think Brooke Jarman's got the right now she's got the lead because she's got 3 goals. But Kelsey Amick and Briley Sabers are right there, right behind her.
Too early at her heels.
Too early to call.
Yeah, too early to call.
All right. Period number 3 about to begin. They drop the puck. We're glad to have you with us, Jeff, John, and Jim, as we get underway. And, of course, it is for the Sioux Center team. Getting to that puck, of course, was Wolof. Dumping it in, actually was Hope Vanderswag that got to that puck and dumped it in. So we have a face-off coming. Offensive zone for Mitchell to the left now of Victoria Pendergrass. Think they call her Vicky? I don't know. We'll have to ask her after the game. 16-23. We'll see if we can't get her. As, of course, stick handling the puck right now is Sioux Center. In over the blue line, taking down the right side. This is King looking for a centering pass. They shoot it a little bit wide. They've had a tough time scoring goals all year, but actually they've stayed relatively close. Out there, of course, is McCord right now, along with Vanderswag and Cannigator. Their top line. Back comes Mitchell back in the Sioux Center. They overskate the puck, and Sioux Center comes up with a far rail over there. And that's picked up by Vanderswag, and then Vanderswag and Cannigator had a 2-on-1 advantage, but Vanderswag shot it wide. Rebound comes back out in the neutral zone, picked up here by Sioux Center. Intended for Cannigator. Couldn't get to the puck, though. Played over there, and that, of course, was for the Sioux Center team, Vanderswag.
And we just saw the definition of a hook.
Right, yeah, that was as much of a hook as you could possibly get. So Mitchell has got their second Pelican Power Sports power play. $15 so far have been donated. It came from this game to defeating South Dakota, as it is will be with 15:22 to go that penalty came up. Sioux Center 1 for 2. Mitchell's got their second power play.
All right, face-off coming in the Sioux Center zone. Offensive zone, that'll be to the left. They have, of course, Kelsey Amick is out there right now. Facing off from Mitchell. Can't quite see who the Sioux Center player is. I apologize. At 15:23, a loose puck here. Knocked around, picked up here by Mitchell. They played it off the boards. That's Amick. And comes back out here. Taranis comes up with the puck, holds his zone. Looks for a centering pass, rink-wide pass there, knocked out. Sioux Center knocks it back out. Amick gets it, blocks it at the blue line. Mitchell holds his zone. Loose puck trickles along the line, picked up here, of course, by Jarman for Mitchell. Trying to put a shot on. Pendergrass right there in the nets right now, in relief of Allison Moore. Loose puck picked up by Sioux Center along the near board, but Mitchell gets to it. Amick takes it back behind the Sioux Center net. Plays it back to the point. Reese Amick comes up with it. Goes deeper in the corner. Looking for a centering pass. Goes back behind the net. Comes out here off the boards. Comes all the way back in the Mitchell zone. Back to get it will be Taranis. That's a McKenna Taranis. 4 goals, 1 assist. She is an 8th grader. Keep telling you, this team still is pretty talented, even though they'll lose Kelsey Amick. And picked up here by Sioux Center back in their own zone. They put it up high. Sabres tried to knock it down, couldn't do so. They clear it down the ice. Right now, of course, It is the Pelican Power Sports power play that Mitchell is on, leading 7-1 already. Trying to add to it, Jarman stick handles the puck in over the blue line. Pass right side comes off to Amick. Kelsey skates after, comes up with a puck, plays it back to the point as Mitchell holds it there. 13:49 to go, clock running. We have running time because of this hockey game, 7 or 6 goal difference. And we now have an 8.
So the Mitchell Marlins put another one on.
And that's a power play goal.
The Pelican Power Sports power play. And 8-1. Kind of what you would call maybe a nonchalant goal, but that's kind of the way it gets here. This Mitchell Marlins team with a lot of firepower from the top of this game.
I think it was really Sabres that gets the goal, so that would be their 100th goal for that top line.
You're right. And for Sabres,
you're right, Sabres.
It is Sabres. That would be a hat trick for Sabres, too. Now you have 2 hat tricks.
Well,
Might have to give up 2 pucks, huh?
Kelsey Amick's a goal away from making it 3 hat tricks.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, hat trick of hat
13-12.
tricks.
Hat trick, and the Candidator fans on a shot out front. Picked up here, of course, by Vandersweg. Picks it up for Sioux Center. Clears it ahead, knocked down by Mitchell. Marlins do a lot of that. And, of course, you have McCord out there. Also out there is the other McCord. Puck goes onto the stick of Vandersweg. Flips it back to the blue line. Getting on it as Amick puts a shot on. Pendergrass didn't have to get it, but it went a little bit wide. Far side over there is Nash. Picks it up for Sioux Center. And then, of course, it trickles into the neutral zone. Picked up here. This is by Loftman. Loftman's a freshman. That, of course, is Caitlin Loftman. And the loose puck in the neutral zone picked up here now. And, of course, going after that's Candidator. Mitchell with a puck. Long outlet pass that time. Comes onto the stick of the captain as Mitchell makes a change. Out there right now is Sabres. Picking it up here is Sioux Center with a puck shot on that time. A little bit wide of the mark, broken up that time by Mitchell. Getting it out there, and then Lang almost had a shot at getting a goal, but couldn't quite connect. Comes onto the stick here of Sabres. Sabres puts on the brakes, lost the handle, was poke checked away. Getting up with it, Sioux Center. Cleared back into the Mitchell zone. 11:48 to go in this hockey game. Picked up here by Nash. Nash gets it on the stick, of course, of Jarman. Rink-wide pass broken up by Sioux Center. Mitchell actually coughs it up, comes off the side of the net, and reaching out is Clute. That's Sadie to make the stop.
We're going to have a slash.
So another penalty coming up against the Marlins with 11:33 to go, and the Pelican Power Sports power play goes right back to work. Loftman gets called for the slash. So both teams 1 for 2. It is now the 3rd power play opportunity.
Hop the face-off as Sioux Center controls, puts a shot on, batted up in the air off his stick that time of Clute, goes up in the air, trickles to the far corner. Sioux Center tries to hold the zone over here along the near side Candidator, and kept in that time by Mitchell. They were trying to get it out. Sioux Center looking for a centering pass, and they do. Mitchell clears it back in the neutral zone, going back to get it is Woloff. Woloff comes up with that loose puck along the near side, plays it off the near boards over here in the zone, and it's picked up here by Sioux Center along the near rail. Picked up by Sioux Center. The captain onto the stick here of McCord. McCord looking for a centering pass, but really nobody home. Gets it back out here along the far rail. That's McCord looking for a centering pass, but not there. Picked up here by Mitchell. They clear away the puck. This is Nash. Nash overskates the puck, and Sioux Center comes up with it at their own blue line. Played off the far rail that time for Vandersweg. Puts a shot right on. Glove save made that time by Sadie Clute. It's about the only time she's been tested in quite some time. At 10 to go in this hockey game. Running time, it's 8-1 right now, of course, with Mitchell comfortably in front. They've outshot Sioux Center 40-7 on the scoreboard, and coming over there, of course, for Sioux Center. And that, I don't have a 5 in my program for Sioux Center. Excuse me. Must be Jill Hoff. 9:44 to go, and puck goes down the ice. Back to get it, of course, will be the Sioux Center Storm. Play it ahead. Sioux Center won 5 games this year. They'll still try to get another win tomorrow when they play at 9:29. They'll play against Owyhee tomorrow morning at 11. The winner of this will play Aberdeen tomorrow at 4:30. As Taranis takes it down the left side over the blue line, Sioux Center blue line. Gets it knocked off the puck. Shot that may have hit the side of the net. Might have even hit the pipe. Loose puck picked up there by the Marlins. Mitchell, 8:59 running clock. Looking for a wraparound goal. Shot on that time a little bit wide.
They score it? Yeah, they scored,
Yeah,
Jeff.
they did. That was Amick.
And
that
I
was
believe-
Reese.
Yeah, it was Reese Amick, the younger of the 2 Amicks. She's a 9th grader.
And for Reese, by the way, that's her 8th goal of the year.
And Mitchell just keeps doing what the Mitchell Marlins have done all season. Just keep scoring goals. 9-1.
And they have pretty well dominated this game. Loftman, far side jack back behind her net in the Mitchell zone with 8:34 to play. Picked up here, of course, by the Marlins. A very impressive team. There's no question they've got a good team. Outlet pass here. Finds, of course, Saber skating. Puck got away from her. Gets it back, though. Puts a shot on. Kelsey Amick looking for a hat trick. Didn't get it that time. Loose puck along the near rail over here. Holding the zone is Mitchell. Then it comes back into the neutral zone as they can't hold it. Picked up here, of course, by the Marlins. And where the puck was Wyatt. Haven't said Virginia Wyatt's name much. He's a 6th grader. And you have a few of those back into the Sioux Center zone with 7:58 to play. Our next broadcast, our next game coming up, that will be, of course, featuring Brookings and Watertown at 3 o'clock. Right now it's 1:56. So we've got over an hour to go before that game comes up. And right now, Sioux Center in the zone. That was Ramirez. Along the near rail here. Sioux Center, Lang is out there as well. Ramirez, Lang, and Reganitter. Picked up here by Mitchell, far side for Sabres. A little too far for her, picked up by Sioux Center. Centering pass, Sioux Center has it. They lost it. Mitchell clears it all the way down the ice. Icing call there with 7:11 to play in this hockey game. Watertown and Brookings, that'll be the 4 and 5 seeds. They've split during the year. And of course, Jim Lloyd will have the call of that game. We look forward to it. As Cannigator in the face-off circle against Hatwan. The face-off won by Hatwan. She actually put a shot right on goal. Or I should say Cannigator, I'm sorry. And a save made by Clute. Far side over there. Then Sioux Center getting to that puck. Hustling for it over here. That is McCord. No, it's Wallop, beg your pardon. Comes back out here. Mitchell clears it back to the neutral zone. And Cannigator has to go after that. This Cannigator is, of course, Jaden Cannigator, a sophomore, 4 goals, 1 assist on the season. 6:17, a running clock, 9-1. Mitchell comfortably in front with 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 more here in the third. Lone goal for Sioux Center came in the first period after they were trailed 3-0. So we'll bring it back the other way in the Mitchell zone, offensive zone here. Face off for the Lang and for Sioux Center, works against Amick. Sioux Center holds his own, puts a shot on, broken up in traffic, and Clute may have gotten a stick on that. Loose puck along the near rail here. Battling for that puck is Stevens. Out there, picked up here, and they clear it back into the Mitchell zone. Mitchell takes it back behind their own net with 5:36 to play. Play off the far side there, held in that time by Woloff. Picked up here by Mitchell. Looking out here, right side, a little too far that time for Vaughn. But Mitchell does have the puck. They'll play it rink wide that time. Onto the stick of Nash. Mitchell clears it back into the Sioux Center zone. Back behind the net, shot by Pendergrass, put on by Pendergrass, and she makes the stop and holds onto it. with 5 minutes to play in this hockey game. We'll have a little bit of a break in between, and we still, of course, will name a player of the game afterwards, sending one of our astute people down here to go deliver the puck in person and do an interview.
Who you calling astute?
4:37. And a shot on Pendergrass makes the stop after a Mitchell shot that time, coming out here and play it back into the Mitchell zone and picking up his Taranis. Takes it back behind the net. She works against Woloff. Flanks it off the board. Picked up here, of course, by Sabres. Down the left side. Picked up that time by Sioux Center back in their own zone. Gets ridden into the boards over there. Loose puck picked up here. Centering pass broken up. Cleared away that time by Sioux Center. 4:06 to play in this hockey game. With the puck right now is, let's see, I think it's Lang putting a shot on that Clute has no problem with, and Sioux Center will make a change here.
Heading offside, so Clute made that look very easy, but also didn't really care too much if that was going to go in or not.
That's true, and of course right now out there is Lang, Ramirez, and Regenetter. For Sioux Center, Lang gets to the puck in the neutral zone. Loose puck there. Picked up. Clute couldn't get to it. Picked up here, of course, by Mitchell. They'll clear it into the zone, Sioux Center zone, by Knuckles. Knuckles, Hatwan, and Clute out there right now for Mitchell. This is considered their second line. Zoss, Tupper, and Vaughn consider their third line. 3:12 to play in this hockey game. 9-1. It's been all Mitchell. Picked up here, of course, by Sioux Center. They'll play Oahe tomorrow. Those two have gone to overtime both times they've played, so that should be fun. And we'll get it on here to Taranis. Play it ahead off a Sioux Center player picked up here by the Storm. Poke checked away that time from Lang. Loose puck picked up here by Sioux Center. Along the near rail, picked up by Hatwan. Hatwan clears it left side, almost knocked over one of her own players, Clute. 2:37 to play in this hockey game, 9-1. And we'll have a new cameraman when we get to the third game here today.
The cameraman is fine. The equipment fails a little bit once in a while, but the nice thing is we do have play-by-play, so that keeps us rolling and keeps everybody in tune with what's going on.
Mitchell gets out there right now on this line, Virginia Wyatt. She's one of 6 defensemen that the Marlins play.
We are going to have a penalty here. It looks like Knuckles is going to go into the penalty box.
Knuckles.
So we're going to have a Pelican Power Sports power play for the Sioux Center Storm with 2:07 on a running clock left in this one. 9-1. It's been all Mitchell Marlins from the beginning.
Closest it's been has been 3-1. Trying to stuff it in that time was Lang. Couldn't quite do so. Mitchell clears it away quickly, and that's, of course, Amick. Kelsey tries to get around the defender. Can't quite do it. Gets pushed up against the boards. Picked up here by Sioux Center. Stick handling the puck. Looking for a backhander was Woloff. Puts it up. Gets deflected over in the far corner. Woloff goes after the puck there with 1:35 to play. Shot on. That's a little bit off the mark that time by the assistant captain of this team, and that, of course, is Vanderswag. Mitchell clears it all the way down the ice. Since, of course, Mitchell's a man short, or a gal short here, Mitchell knocks it down, picks it up here, putting a shot on, goes wide of Pendergrass. That shot was by Tupper. Haven't said Maya's name much tonight. Should have. She's on that line with Zoss and Vaughn. They don't play that third line a lot. We're down to 1:04 to go in this hockey game. 9-1 the score. Picked up here by Mitchell in their own zone. Long lead stretch pass gets away, and going after that, of course, and Pendergrass wisely covers up the puck as Jarman comes skating in looking for a rebound and a possibility of slapping home another one.
You are listening to KCCR FM Blunt as well as KSDR Watertown as we're past 2 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. And you're right, 2:03, 36 seconds. Our next broadcast, our next game coming up at 3 o'clock with Watertown Brookings. Sioux Center actually controls the draw in their own zone. Stick on to the puck with 26 seconds to go. Near side over here. Racing after that puck was Stevens. Stevens are 11 and 12. Stevens with the puck right now. That, of course, is Shelby. We know that name. A name Shelby Edwards up here in the Aberdeen area. Not coaching this year, though. Shot that time, goes off a stick of Hatwan, and the game ends. 9-1 the final score, as Mitchell scores in every period. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 more in the third. And it's a 9-1 final. 45-10 shots on goal, so 36 saves for Sioux Center's goalies, plural. And of course with just 10 saves for Mitchell in the contest. Goalie Sadie Kloot. In that third period, of course, for Mitchell Sabres, a power play goal. Reese Amick, her first of 2. So Sabres ends up with 3 goals today. Jarman ends up with 3 goals. Amick ends up with 2 goals. Sister Reese ends up with a goal as well. Scoring for Sioux Center was Camille McCord, a power play goal way back in period number 1. And
So,
we'll come back.
That's right. We'll have
right
our,
after this.
have our post-game show. We'll talk to our player of the game coming up here after this. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock on KSDR and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Winter's on its way out, and the hot summer months are almost here. Don't swelter in the heat again this year. Call Jason at Sunmasters in Pierre and get set to get those windows tinted to stay nice and cool this summer. Sunmasters can also repair that pesky chip in the glass, whether it be from a hockey puck or the usual rock. Jason and the crew will get you back on the road feeling comfortable in no time. Located at 1020 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, give them a call at 605-224-6102. Sunmasters in Pierre.
Renke Gray Wealth Management, a place where achieving success can only come from working together. We believe in deep, meaningful relationships that will last generations. Investments change, family situations change. At Renke Gray Wealth Management, we want to help you navigate these changes because our commitment to you won't change. Let's work together on creating your financial plan for your financial freedom. Call Renke Gray Wealth Management at 224-5959 or visit us at renkegray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FIRNA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors. A registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
This moment of relief, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Call Becky Pottsaba at 605-224-4173 or Carrie Bauman at 605-224-1096. The Field House in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Field House with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Field House, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
And as we welcome you back here to the post-game show, as we have our South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association Player of the Game, Jim Lloyd is standing by with the Player of the Game.
Okay, I'm down below, and I have our South Dakota South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association Player of the Game. It's Brooke Jarman. She's a junior. Brooke, give me a take on this game that you guys just played.
Oh, we did pretty good. We beat them 9-1. We put them down early.
Well, that's what you guys do the best. I don't know if you know or not, but your line that you're on has scored 92 goals this year.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Well, and Brooke, let's talk a little bit about your season. You've had a pretty good year, kind of hovering around the top of the scoring for all the season, and you've scored quite a few goals and had a nice season.
That just comes with a lot of competition at practice. I have really good teammates that give me pucks at the right time, and we just play together well, and the points keep coming.
So you mentioned before that you've had a fun year. What are some of the most fun moments that you've had this year?
Just every time we score, it's exciting, just getting crazy on the ice with my friends and just giving each other hugs out there and supporting each other.
Well, that's great. Brooke, you're just a junior, so you have a ways to go. And give us your take. Where do you go from here in this tournament? Obviously, I know what you want to do, but as your teammates, where do you guys talk about now between now and tomorrow's game?
Mainly effort, because we all have the skill, and we've been working on it all year. We just need to it's a mental game from here on out. We're all good teams, and we all have competition. It's just who wants it more.
Well, Brooke, nice job today, and nice job on a wonderful season that you've had, and good luck for the rest of the tournament. And I think you said it best, effort, and that's exactly what the Mitchell Marlins have, a lot of effort. So enjoy the rest of this tournament.
Thank you.
All right. That was Brooke Jarman. She's a junior from the Mitchell Marlins. And we'll take it back up to the booth up above.
All right. As Jim Lloyd gets the interview, the player of our game, Brooke Jarman, and it is a 9-1 win for the Mitchell Marlins over the Sioux Center Storm here in game number 2 of our day. We are, let's see, and I don't believe we're going to get really started any early, so it'll be a 3 o'clock start coming up here for the third game of our day, which will be Brookings and Watertown, the 4-5 matchup, as John Winkler and Jeff Anderson up here in our broadcast booth for just a little bit longer. What's going to happen is we're going to have probably about a half an hour in between now and when our next broadcast will begin. So, Jeff, overall thoughts here in the game number 2 with Mitchell Marlins advancing 9-1.
Well, I think they proved that they're a very worthy team, a very worthy opponent, and I don't know that I saw Sioux Falls earlier this year. I think it's going to be a classic if those two get together. But I tell you what, Mitchell's impressive, and they look awfully good out there, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. They like each other. They get along well. They're unselfish, if you will, and they give the puck up to a lot of people. They don't care who gets it, just so long as they win it. And I don't know. I have to feel like they're the favorites, but there'll be some Sioux Falls people that would disagree with me on that. And we'll get to see Sioux Falls, of course, later tonight when they take on the Rushmores, 1 versus 8. And we have, of course, coming up here, Watertown and Brookings. That'll be interesting. But they're a very impressive team. They've got a great line, and I think they have as good a line as any in the state.
Yeah, the Mitchell Marlins have that top line in the state, and I don't think there's any question. It's, like you said, Sioux Falls might have something to say about it, but I think there's really not a whole lot of competition to see who the better line is than what the Mitchell Marlins have in Brindley Sabres, Kelsey Amick, and Brooke Jarman.
Well, and of course, the only 2 losses that Mitchell's had this year has been to Sioux Falls, as it turns out. So there again, we talk about the third time's a charm, and I think as good a team as this is, it would be tough, I would think, to beat them 3 times.
Yeah.
But maybe, some teams have another team's number, so we'll have to see.
So the final score, 9-1. The Mitchell Marlins got 2 hat tricks, one from Brindley Sabres and the other from Brooke Jarman, our player of the game. Reese Amick scored 1 goal. Kelsey Amick scored the other 2 for the Marlins, who win it 9-1. Here in game number 2, and they advance to take on the number 3 seed Aberdeen tomorrow in the state semifinals. The Capitals will take on the now Sioux Center Storm in the first game of our day in the Constellation semifinals.
Yeah, and just a reminder, if you're just tuning in for the first time, Aberdeen Aberdeen did beat Owyhee earlier today, 2-1, just to bring you update on the scores from the 2 afternoon games, or morning and afternoon.
So as we'll have our next broadcast starting around 2:45, it'll be half an hour from now, as we'll have that for you here on Capital City Rock, KSDR, as well as watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. So we will return at 2:45 as we thank our sponsors again as we wrap up our broadcast. If you're joining us now and want to join in later on, it'll be at 2:45. We'll have a new YouTube broadcast going later on here this afternoon. So thanks to Hawaii Federal Credit Union, Weatherall, Wagner Auto, Ramcoda, Pelican Power Sports, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Hockey Headquarters, Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce, Avera, Hermanson Endodontics, Sunmasters of Pier, University of Jamestown, Xander Auto Parts, Ranky Gray, The Fieldhouse, Kubota, and State Farm Becky Posma. Back at 2:45 later on here this afternoon as we say so long for now from